Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is M.Syafiq bin Zakaria. My supervisor for Project Sarjana Muda is Dr. Siti Hajar Othman. For the project title, my project is flood prediction and detection based on rainfall using Node MCU. Okay, without any further ado, we move to chapter 1, which is the introduction. Okay, for project introduction, Malaysia is well known with the high humidity and abundant rainfall, and because of that, the possibility of flood to occur is quite high. Flood prediction and detection based on rainfall using Node MCU is an IoT-based system in which a system that measure the water level of the river and predict of the flood to occur based on the rainfall rate. PFLET is developed as an early detection system which is to notify the people that live around the area regarding the event flood to occur. Okay, we move to problem breakdown. For the first one is people usually late receive any notification regarding the status of rising water level, and the implication is people do not have enough time to prepare themselves ready to face the flood, and most of the time flood wipe all the properties where it carry along with object such as car, tree, or even worse, people. Last but not least, for the problem background is uh, people require time and money to repair the damage from the flood. Okay, we move to next slide, which is the project aim. The aim of this project is to develop a system in which has the capability to give an alert regarding the possibility of the flood to occur based on the rate of rainfall, as well as monitor the water level. Okay, next we move to the project objective. Okay, the first objective of this project is to analyze and study the existing approach on flood detection against the developed project. Second is to design and develop the purpose detection of water level with respect to time to predict the possibility of a flood to occur based on rainfall. Last but not least, to evaluate the functionalities of developed system in terms of the capability of the system to detect the water level and give alert. Next, we move to the project scope of this system. This system will focus on monitoring water level where to measure the rising of water. The system will collect from the sensor and make a prediction on the possibility of the flood to occur. The system will give an indicator of the danger level such as green, yellow, red based on the current situation. Okay, now we move to chapter 2, which is the literature review. Okay, in this slide, show the comparison between existing system with the proposed system. As you can see, the first system, which is early flood detection using mobile network, There are two the system does not have, which is an LED to indicate the water level and a mobile application. For the second system, flood monitoring and early warning using ultrasonic sensor, which is this system only has characteristic of internet and alarm, or in other words, for warning. Okay, the third system of existing system, which is water management and hydrology management division, in which it's same as the first system, which is this system does not have LED and mobile application based. So I come this idea to propose flood prediction and detection based on rainfall using MCU, which provides all the features in which LED analyze the rainfall data, uh, mobile application based, internet and alarm or the warning features. Okay, uh, we move to chapter 3, which is the system development methodologies. The methodologies that has been chosen to be used in this project is agile model. In agile model consists of five major phase, which is planning, uh, analysis, design phase, implementation, and testing phase. At the planning phase, uh, identify the problem faced by the existing system. Okay. Next, have to determine the objective project, scope project, and technology to be used for the development. Next, in analysis phase, analyze the important information such as software that can be used for the development, identify the system requirement of the project, and then uh, next in design phase, design of the planned system interface, propose application interface, internal and external requirement, and all processes that occur within the system. Next, the implementation phase. Ensure all the components in the uh, development that has been planned is implemented successfully. Lastly, the testing phase, in which in this phase, identify and test whether the both developed system and application are properly developed or not. Okay, check whether the system meet both user and system requirements. Next, we go to software requirement, which is this all the software that has been used throughout this development, in which Android Studio for development for application develop, Android SDK, a Firebase to store the database for application for the pflet apps. Okay, draw.io for the planning phase in earlier that I've been mentioned for the planning purpose. Okay, Blastem make Arduino IDE to program all the sensor then we use in this project. Next, we move to hardware requirement. These are among the hardware that been used in this project, Node MCU, okay, as a microcontroller with built-in Wi-Fi features that communicate with all the reference and sensor of this project. Node MCU is quite, it can be say, is the core component of this project. Um, Next, rain sensor module, water level sensor, LCD, LED buzzer as well, for the warning purpose. We move to chapter 4, which is uh, requirement analysis and design. Okay, next slide, as we demonstrate the overall of the P-flat system, the use case of P-flat system, in which as you can see, there are two actor or role in this system, which is one indicates user and the other one's role indicate for the admin. User is expected to experience five feature. Sorry, four feature in which able to view the list of authorities, receive and notification, warning notification, and then view the status of current water level and view the prediction of flood. And for the system admin also can do same as the user, in which view the status of water level and then view the prediction of flood. But for the admin, they are slightly different from for from the user, in which the admin able to view the data of system and check and view the system report. Okay, next we move to sequence diagram of view status of water level. Okay, and then the next slide we demonstrate, we show the sequence diagram of prediction of event flood. Okay, next slide will show the sequence diagram of list of authorities. In the next slide will show the sequence diagram of warning notification. Okay, in next slide is show the sequence diagram of check system report. This is for the admin role. And then the next slide will show the sequence diagram of check system data. This one also for the admin role. Okay, we move to activity diagram for the user, in which in this activity diagram, the user expected to experience, to see, to view the water level, the current water level, and then to view the flood prediction and view the list of authorities. Next, we move to activity diagram for admin. In this activity diagram, admin is expected to experience to check system data, to check the system report of the system, okay, as well as to able to view the current water level and view the flood prediction of based on rainfall. Next, we move to the system architecture of this project. This project will be used the rain sensor, water level sensor, buzzer for the warning purpose, um, LED to indicate uh, the current status of water level, and then the node MCU in which all the sensor will integrate with the node MCU. Node MCU will upload to the server, and then server will push a notification to the apps to give a notification to user. Next, we move to interface design of the P-flat system, in which there is admin login page, authorities list. Okay, next, uh, the user manual, the user menu. I'm sorry, admin main menu. There is likely difference if you can see from the user point of view and the admin point of view. Okay. Um, Next is the system data, where this view or this interface is for the admin. Okay. At the right is the analysis of rate of rainfall, in which in interface of prediction of flood. Okay, next we move to next interface. This is the status of water level, in which if current water level is in safe, the background will be green. If the current water level is in caution level, the background will change to yellow. And lastly, if the current level of water is in danger level, the background will change to red. Next, we move to the chapter 5, in which the implementation and testing. Okay, uh, next slide will explain or demonstrate the hardware testing, in which there is rain sensor is being tested to detect water, in which to give data to the LCD whether there is rain or not. Okay, at the right, the water level sensor is being tested to detect and to measure the level of water. And the last picture is trying to connect all the module, which is the rain sensor, and then the LCD is integrate to test whether it work well or not. Okay, next slide will show the program code of the development, in which for the node MCU v3, this slide show the code for the LED, in which to program the LED to indicate the current based on the current water level, which is green for the safe level, yellow for the caution level, uh, red for the danger level. We move to the next slide. In this slide, show the code to program the LCD screen, in which the LCD screen will display two lines, where the first line will show the status of rain, in which to indicate whether it is raining or not, or there is heavy rain. And the other line is to display the current water level. In the next slide, show the code to program the water level sensor, in which a certain at a certain point indicate certain water level, which mean for instance at 0 to 199 value will indicate the current water level is at safe level. Okay. In the next slide, we'll show the code to program the rain sensor, in which to detect whether there is rain or not, or there is heavy rain, or just a normal rain. Next slide show the program code for uploading the data to Firebase, in which all the censored data we upload to the Firebase, in which to display all the data in the application, pflets pflet application. Next slide we explain the testing, in which testing divided into three part or 3 point, in which there is there are black box testing, white box testing, and user testing. White box and black box is separate or divided into two tests, in which one for the pflat application and the other one is for pflat device. pflat pflat device is for all the sensor module that has been used in the development, and the user testing is done where the main purpose is to check whether the system that's been developed meet both user and system requirement. Next slide will explain the project achievement, where all the three objectives that has been stated in the chapter 1 has been successfully achieved, where analyze and study the existing approach on flood detection against the developed project, design and develop the purpose detection of water with respect to time to predict the possibility of flood to occur based on the rainfall, and evaluate the functionalities of developed system in terms of the capability of the system to detect the water level and give an alert. In the next slide, we'll show discuss the project improvement. The first one is to add a camera module, in which function to capture the current situation of the water level with the real-time situation. Next is system to develop or to add features, whereas The system able to directly contact the responsible authorities when the situation of implemented location is in danger. I think that's all for me. As for now, that's all for me. Thank you for your time to hear my presentation. Thank you.